So how can collective bargaining beyond the enterprise level enhance workers' power and influence?
Well, it's useful to start at the point of why it is that enterprise bargaining isn't working in our current economy. And what we've seen in the last few decades is an expansion and a proliferation of the number of small firms. So people's experiences of work in the past was often in a larger firm with a more stable form of employment, and workers could come together and negotiate meaningfully with their employer about their wages and conditions. But in this time, we've seen greater fragmentation of the workplace, where there's been more and more smaller firms which have dominated the business growth by firm size. People's experience of work is more fragmented, more fissured. They don't always get to see and have interactions with the entity or the ultimate employer who does determine their wages and conditions. So it means in this time, not only have unions faced a lot of pressure in being able to operate in this environment, they no longer have the power and resources to negotiate bargaining, enterprise level bargaining across an economy with lots and lots of small firms. And you could arguably say that this form of enterprise level fixing of bargaining at a time when employers are using strategies of slicing and dicing up their supply chains and their business channels, it means it's near impossible for unions to get to every table, so to speak. So legislatively restricting bargaining to an enterprise level does not work for people who are working in firms of 2 to 3 people. Perhaps they work with others, but they never even come across them. They're posted in different sites. And getting beyond the enterprise level is about catching up with the way that our economy actually functions and the way that employers are functioning now and with the way they extract value from workers. It's about allowing workers to get multiple employers to the table, and that bargaining unit can be set by and should be set by workers and what works for them, and that can be based on the occupation, the industry, the sector, wherever it is that workers share similar conditions and do the same types of work. And in that bargaining process, where you can bring multiple employers to the table at the same time to bargain, you would create a fixed wage and stable conditions that are consistent for that job nationally. And what that does is take the wage, the cost of what the employer pays so that worker, it takes it out of the firing line of competition. Because right now, this enterprise level system means that if you can come together at an enterprise level, workers are being forced to bargain over the very basic necessities of their life. And it's all the marks of a backward economy and poor employment relations. And when we compare that to other economies where they have sectoral bargaining, the Nordic countries, Germany, where they have fixed wages for a job, and then what it does is by providing those framework agreements, it gives workers on the ground the ability to meaningfully negotiate and meaningfully expand their influence and power on the ground in the workplace. And they can be then no longer bargaining over their wages, but actually over technology, investment, workplace culture, and real flexibility on workers' terms.